I cheated on my husband and I'm going to confess to him tomorrow. I know I have done the most disrespectful thing to my husband already, but it's like I'm disrespecting him more every day that I don't tell him. I don't want to continue making a fool out of him, and I don't want to continue a relationship with secrets and lies, not anymore. There is no easy way to do it, is there? I'm thinking of doing it tomorrow. It'll destroy him, but at least he'll have the weekend to recover for a bit. I have written a disclosure letter, but is it too soon for him to read that? I'm thinking of telling him that I have a disclosure letter ready whenever he wants to read it. I blame myself 100% for my cheating. It was insidious and selfish of me. I don't know how I was capable of doing something like that. And for such a long time too. I can't believe I was stupid enough to think I ever loved that guy. When I think about the time of the affair and the things I did, I feel ashamed. I can't believe I've been so stupid and selfish. I'm hoping he wants to stay with me even after I confess. I don't know what I'll do if he leaves me. The more I think about it, the harder it becomes to imagine a life without my husband. But in the end, I don't think I have any right to stop him if he wants out. I've been crying non-stop. This is going to change him forever, right? He'll never be the same. I can barely face him nowadays. Should I have looked for an individual counselor before confessing? I have booked a session, but it doesn't start until the end of next week. What will I tell him when he asks me why I did it? I have no answer. I don't know myself. I just know I was selfish and felt entitled to do whatever I liked. Maybe a therapist would have helped me form a more coherent answer for him? I don't want to be selfish anymore. I want to stop.
I can never understand how women, as emotional creatures, right? Where I believe sex is more often than not, a very emotional connection. That they think that cheating isn't a more serious problem. In a sense that you're not just cheating physically. It's usually you're cheating also emotionally. So you also have the emotional tie and a physical tie with your cheater. My advice to her is that you just let it go, move on, because she also said like she can't imagine life without him. Yet, how could you not imagine a life without your husband, your partner, whatever, and yet you are actually spending time without them? I can never understand that, right? A woman that says that sounds ridiculous. And she said she thought she loved her cheater. So it's like, it's not just, see, this is the difference where I'm not saying that it's a good thing that men cheat as well, but the issue is that she said, and more often than not with women, is that there could be a love compartment or the feeling of love, right? The thought of love, whatever. A higher emotional connection, that you have with your cheater. How could you have that with someone else and then spew these other lines like I can't live without my husband or partner. I love my husband and partner. What is that? That's not really love when you are actually falling in love and doing acts of love with someone else. It don't really make sense. So it's the disconnect and delusion that women are spewing, right? And I believe it's also the natural victim mentality that women exude or try to live by, to make them out to be, woe is me, like, oh, I'm so heartbroken, I don't want to lose the man I love. But you don't really love him. You don't. I mean, you're loving someone else. You're doing acts of love with someone else. So that's why it just sounds so ridiculous when women say that, because in general they have a heavier emotional connection with their cheater. So that's why my advice to her is just move on, like let him go.
I want to be a good wife from now on. But I don't know if he'll believe me. Actually, I'm fairly certain he'll not trust anything I say for a very long time. If not forever. He just returned from work, kissed me and told me he feels tired and wants to sleep. I can't believe I'm going to break this beautiful man tomorrow. I can't even tell what went wrong. Please tell how I can fix this. How I can make it a little bit easier for him. I know I messed up grandly. I'm also 2 weeks pregnant. He doesn't know yet. All of my cheating happened more than 6 months ago, so yes, it is my husband's. I'm ready to get a test done if he wants it. This pregnancy is what forced me to snap out of my selfishness and take a good hard look at what sort of person I've been. I may never have realized if I had not gotten pregnant. I want to have this baby so much. But what if he wants to leave? I'm sure it will be a hard decision. Should I keep it secret from him? I'm sure he wouldn't want a child with me if he wanted out of this relationship. I don't want to force such a cruel decision upon him. I will raise it alone if need be.
And she's ridiculous with she should tell the man that she should get tested and tell him that, she's pregnant, and make it a smoother transition, a smoother divorce as she can make it, right? Make the custody as smooth as it can be. Do co-parents, make it smooth. I think a relationship and love it's up to him, but I would say it's out of the question, because truthfully, she is a selfish person. She doesn't need a therapist to say that. She doesn't need anything else to say, you're selfish. You only thought about yourself. And when you got pregnant, you're still thinking about yourself, really, because you're thinking about now you're in this serious situation with a child. You can't be with someone else that's supposedly not the child's father. Stuff like that is that you're not thinking about family. You're not thinking about making things, making the situation the best it can be. No, you broke it. You broke the situation. In a marriage, you should have always thought about children. That should have always been a thought. So she didn't care, and it showed. She's just 100% selfish. So period is just make things as easy as possible for the man in whatever way he chooses to do, because that's what he deserves, because she destroyed him utterly. And breaking up a family is 100% her fault. Breaking up a marriage is 100% her fault. So it's disgusting, but I would just say is just to make the process, whatever process he chooses, to be the easiest it can be.